Good morning, University of North Dakota and the greater Grand Forks area. My name is Jared Swanson on this first day of February. Starting with look outside, well, we've got quite a bit of cloud coverage out there to start our morning. No real precip falling from these clouds. Temperature of 21 for us here in Grand Forks. No real wind to talk about, though, out of the east-southeast. Looking at temperatures across the region, well, mostly 20s for the region. We're seeing 20s through central and southern Minnesota. Once we get to northern Minnesota, teens, upper teens at least. 20s here in the valley as well as northern South Dakota. And we're going upper teens in the western portions of the state. Looking at winds across the area, well, for once, the Red River Valley is looking really nice in this area. 3 miles per hour is the speed throughout the valley right now, so no real wind chills to talk about. Temperatures across the nation, well, Rapid City's finally beat us. They're sitting at 19 degrees. They are the coldest spot on our map today. We're seeing 38 in Atlanta, 25 in Chicago, 29 in Kansas City, 27 in Oklahoma City. So it is cold in the south right now. Looking at satellite radar across the nation, central United States, pretty clear, boring. As we look east, though, this big old system is working itself east off the United States here. New York City, Boston getting in on a lot of snow. New York City got in on a lot last night. As we look to the west now, well, this is the next system we're going to be talking about for our region here. Stay tuned for the future cast for that. As we look satellite radar in our region now, we saw clouds out there on the Skycam. No real snow to talk about on our radar, though. Looking at futurecast now, as you'll see, these clouds linger throughout the next few days here as we go into Wednesday. They're still just hanging out. Pretty mild conditions for our next few days here. And as we get into Wednesday, early morning, western North Dakota could start to get maybe a few sprinkles, a little mixed precipitation. And then as we work through Wednesday into the dinner time hours, we're going to see snow kind of go across the state here. There's going to be a swath that goes across the state. The main problem with this forecast is 3 main models we use to forecast. Very large disagreement with the system. GFS, or the American system, taking it right at Minnesota here. North American model taking it way up into Canada where we wouldn't even get anything. And the European model, it's taking it so far south you can't even see it on the screen. So there's quite a bit of disagreement with the system. We're just going to have to watch as this week progresses. I'm a bigger fan of this American model solution. It's been the one that's been hitting the longest, or at least there's been a trend this way at least for the longest time. So I'm more of a fan of this solution with the Twin Cities getting in on quite a bit of snow. Taking a look at our long-range temperatures now, we're going to be mild for the next few days. And why? Well, we've got this massive ridge in the west here. This massive ridge is going to work itself east, and we're going to see those mild temperatures go with this thing. It's going to be nice for the next few days here, and then we're going to see this trough that we just saw on our futurecast here with that next system. Once this thing comes through the area and works itself east, northwest flow is going to establish itself behind that, and when we get that northwest flow, that's when we get those really cold temperatures to spill in from Canada. And we're talking the very cold temperatures this time from way up where there's not even any sun right now. It is going to be brutal for our weekend here in North Dakota. And as we play this forward, that northwest flow is prevailing for our region. And we're just not going to get a break, at least for the weekend, maybe into early next week, out of these cold temperatures. It is going to be brutal out there. Taking a look at forecast highs across North Dakota today, well, we're seeing mostly lower 40s and upper 30s for western North Dakota. As we look into central North Dakota, patchy fog that's going to exist today. 34 down in Linton, 36 in Bismarck today, lower 30s up in near Highway 2. And as we look in the valley here, patchy fog is going to exist for us today as well. I like the chances in the central portion of the state a little better. 23 from Mahnomen today, 25 in Wahpeton, 26 in Fargo, 24 in Grand Forks. 29 over in Jamestown today, and 27 in Devil's Lake. Taking a look at our forecast high today, well, 24 is the temperature out there. Like I said, there could be a few patches of fog out there, slightly breezy, as our winds will pick up 5 to 10. And tonight, we're going to see a low around 17, quite a bit of cloud coverage out there still. Gusts will start to work into the area, as we will see those gusts pick up to about 20 tonight. And for our high tomorrow, we're going to see 30. Some sun's going to be out there. Winds are going to increase a little bit more as we will see those sustained winds pick up to about 10 to 15. Gusts still hanging around that 25 to 30 mile an hour point. Looking at our 7-day forecast now, well, it gets really nice until about Thursday. Thursday is when we see those temperatures really bottom off. And not only are these highs going to be below zero, well, there's going to be quite a bit of wind mixed in with them, so it will be cold with the wind chill factor over the weekend. Thanks for watching UND Weather Update. My name is Jared Swanson.
Up in Grand Forks, however, where Jared is, they will see mostly a snow event. So there's really a tale of 2 storms here in the upper Midwest right now. I will now throw it back to Jared, and they will talk more about the blizzard side of the storm in Grand Forks.
Thanks for that report, Ben. Now we're out near Highway 2 by Walmart in Grand Forks. We had to turn around on Highway 2. It is absolutely terrible out there. You cannot see beyond your windshield wipers on your car. The airport is getting gusts up to 53 miles per hour right now, and it is absolutely brutal out. I am only wearing sunglasses so I can keep my eyes open, and that's hardly working, and my face is fully going numb, so we're gonna keep this quick. We got some heavy banding overnight that turned into some really strong winds this morning, and it is just terrible out here. I've got to break out the full Jim Cantore stance and everything for this historical blizzard. The drifts in the middle of the road are just terrible, as I'm already sinking down, and this is the middle of a main road just west or just east of the Walmart on Highway 2. So make sure if you do not have to travel, you do not travel. And with that, we're just gonna stop this because it is absolutely terrible out here and I want to get back in the car. So thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Is at 0 degrees right now. Looking at satellite radar across the nation, we'll see along with this front is a lot of precipitation and storms to the deep south and a lot of snow to the Oklahoma City metro here, maybe even some freezing rain south of there and east of there. But Oklahoma City getting in on quite a bit of snow. All their public buildings have been closed. Here's a user submitted photo from Oklahoma City this morning, taken about an hour ago. Quite a bit of snow on the ground for them out there. They were 70 degrees about 4 days ago in the metro, and they're just getting absolutely pummeled with snow right now, and they got quite a bit of freezing rain before this snow started to fall, so they are really slick underneath all that snow.
We have uncertainty for when that snow is going to change to rain. We know all this crap's going to be snow, and we know all this crap's going to be rain until Friday in the morning. But the Red River Valley is making this forecast super challenging as we don't know when those temperatures are going to cool down here. So when those temperatures cool down to freezing, that is the difference we need to get that snow. So Thursday by 4 a.m., we're looking at 30s in the valley, 33 in Grand Forks to be precise. Then we see that fat line of rainstorms go through. Not thunderstorms, it's freaking October. Rainstorms go through, and that changes to snow in the valley, 31 degrees. That is the difference maker right there. We could be getting a decent amount of snow with temperatures like that. 1 degree difference makes a huge difference in this forecast. If it's 33 for longer, we're going to see a lot of rain. If it's 32 or 31, we'll be seeing a decent amount of snow. So that is the key player here. And by Friday at 7 p.m., we are seeing that snow engulf the whole area. Now looking a little more long range, Thursday 8 a.m., we're seeing this low work up, bring rain into the valley, and maybe some mixed precip. That would suck to get freezing rain here, but I don't think we'll get freezing rain, more sleet than anything. But we'll get rain and some mixed accumulations by Thursday, and then working into Friday, we're going to see that change over to snow. And this low up here, which we are pretty certain it's going to go there, but once we get there, we're uncertain where it's going to meander around. It could meander to the west, it could meander to the east, and if it goes to the west, we're seeing mostly rain and mixed precip in the valley here. If it goes to the east, we're going to see mostly heavy snow and maybe blizzard conditions in the valley.